Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today is Friday the 13th, and I have some good luck for you today, or some good news I should say. Calasse is gone. Now if you're new to the channel, you might not have any idea what I'm talking about. If you've been here since 2021, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is the story of how one man took over a penny stock and basically drove it into the ground with a court case that went on for over 2 years in the Nevada Supreme Court. Okay, so this is the appellate case management system. I've been tracking this thing since the case came out, and it's been a complete crap show. And unfortunately for shareholders, you know, we've experienced tremendous losses, a lot of people have, due to this case dragging out. And Warwick Calasse has been the one who's escalated this up the chain. And finally, after all this time, after 2+ years of this being in the Nevada Supreme Court system, the battle is finally won. Okay, we have finally won, and here it is. Order dismissing appeal. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Warwick Calasse, he was the CEO of GOFF Corporation going back to 2013. Now, he ran a fraudulent pump and dump scheme where he basically dumped millions on investors with numerous firms that did the same. There's complaints filed against these firms as well. And basically this guy, I think, fled the country or something. And he got away with lying about a gold mining scheme that he was doing, and basically saying that GOFF Corp, which was the name of the company at the time, now it's Worldwide NFT or WNFT, was mining for gold, and they were finding all of this hidden treasure out there in Colombia, and everything is great, and there's all these press releases going out. Meanwhile, these firms are dumping millions of dollars on the market, and essentially what's happening is shareholders are getting screwed, right? So now the ultimate victory is in the shareholders of Worldwide NFT, because what happened in 2021 is that George Sharp took over the company. George Sharp, first of all, you can say whatever you want about George Sharp. He has not diluted this stock one time since he's had this stock in 2021. Okay, so he's had 3+ years. You know, people say all the time, well, George Sharp is a scam artist. He's out for himself. Look, he has not sold into the market. 3+ years he's had the opportunity, I guess you could say, to, you know, sell some shares and, you know, cash in. You know, he invested a lot of money into this shell, which used to be GOFF, GOFF. And, you know, he's invested a lot of his own personal money into this. And in the meantime, we've had Warwick Calasse, who's been holding up this stock, who's been basically holding it hostage since 2022. And keep in mind, back in 2022, we were expecting a reverse merger transaction. We were expecting a reverse merger, a deal to get done, which was most likely going to get done. What happened was we went to the Nevada District Court twice. Calasse loses in the District Court. And then what happens is he escalates it to the Supreme Court. And at that point, it got stuck in this basically this wormhole, I guess you could say, of just in the court system. It was just stuck. And we were stuck as shareholders. And I'm going to show you the chart here in a minute of what happened to this stock and how good we were doing in 2022 until Calasse came on the scene. But basically, he was trying to get shares back that he thought he was owed from his pump and dump scheme in 2013. He thought he was owed, let's say, 50 million shares and 5 million common shares. And he tried to get those shares by filing with the Supreme Court, and thankfully, the order has been dismissed. And that means Calasse is no more. And so now the question is, where do we go from here? Well, first of all, the price did rally over 100% yesterday. If we look at the price of Worldwide NFT, it is down a little bit today. Increasing volume, though. We've traded over 2 million shares. And I'll tell you this, it was trading under a penny just 2 days ago. And the volume was completely anemic. There was nothing going on. And so we've already doubled in price from that level. Now, I still own a good amount of shares here. I don't own quite as many as I did in 2021, but I still own, let's just say, in the millions of shares, okay? I still am an investor in this company. And I've been an investor since 2021. And I'm going to be an investor until a deal gets done, because I'm just that stubborn and persistent, I guess you could say. But I've held this long because I've always believed that we cannot allow this guy to get away with this. We have to stand strong. At least for me anyway, it was a matter of standing strong as a shareholder and seeing this through till the end. And that's exactly what I've done. And I know a lot of other people have done that as well. So if you are one of those shareholders, congratulations. This is a great day for you because Calasse is finally out of the way. And now we can focus on what's important, getting a deal done, right? And honestly, I feel like the timing is pretty good because we have Bitcoin and a lot of other cryptocurrencies kind of going through the 4-year cycle thing, which is another topic altogether. But basically, Bitcoin is over 100,000 or right about there. And you could argue that we're kind of getting back on the hype train, I think, with a lot of, just in general, the market, right, is doing better for cryptocurrencies, blockchain, all that kind of stuff. Of course, AI is mixed in there. And that's kind of what George Sharp has been targeting, right? He has GVSI, or American Blockchain, SR&W, but basically all of his tickers were targeting the blockchain. Now, this was going to be targeting NFTs back when they were very hot, and the merger could have worked out very well because it was basically at the peak of the NFT hype. But unfortunately, that did not happen. So now we're looking at something totally different. And in fact, George Sharp has tweeted about how he wants to do a name change and a ticker change and all of that kind of stuff. So we're going to see that. It's not going to be Worldwide NFT anymore, but we are going to see a new name. And so that'll be kind of interesting to see how that transpires. Now, if you remember back when this was GOFF, okay, the 75 cent, that was actually not quite the all-time high. It hit 45 cents post-split, or $1.35 GOFF price. Okay, so that was actually the all-time high. But this is initially what the all-time high was. And I remember because I was in this when it happened. 75 cents or 25 cents split adjusted because they did a 3-for-1 forward split. And now we're down all the way here at 2 cents. Now, when we initially sold off, we sold off from a peak of 45 cents all the way down to 6 cents, I would say within less than 2 weeks. I mean, it was maybe a week and a half. So that was a tremendous downfall for a lot of shareholders, and myself included. I mean, we were on this massive hype train, feeling fantastic. A lot of people were very euphoric. I had been holding since around 2 cents, and I still have my average under 2 cents per share. And I'm still holding those shares that, I think my original average was 2.0233 was my exact original average. I've managed to get that down under 2 cents just simply due to persistence and also buying some more on the dip, and kind of just averaging out, making sure my average stays good instead of buying at these peaks, right? Because the idea is we want to buy low and sell high. So, I did take some profits on the last run, but I could have taken a lot more. And the thing is, like with these stocks, they can be so volatile, but that's also where your opportunity is. And so when we're looking at this, let's say from the potential of re-reaching those all-time highs, 45 cents or $1.35 before the split was, kind of what we were looking at there. So now we can ask ourselves, can 45 cents happen again for Worldwide NFT? And I would say the answer is absolutely yes. And if we were to hit that price again, we'd be looking at 20x from the current price. Now 10x would, let's just say put it at 22.5 cents. Okay, 20 to 25 cents, let's call it. So a 10x back to 20 or 25 cents, is that a possibility? Absolutely. Now, I think what we need to see is we need to see sentiment rebuild in this stock. One thing this had going for it for a long time was that it had very positive sentiment. And it was also coming off a very hot market back in 2021. You guys remember TSP. George Sharp was associated with that one. So his fame was kind of coming into these stocks. And basically he was able to work his magic, so to speak. I guess, people just viewed these stocks very, very favorably back then. And what happened, I think, was also kind of a loss of trust the last couple of years. A lot of people left, a lot of people gave up, did not want to hold anymore for understandable reasons, especially in this case. And so you have a declining share price, sentiment turns sour, people start blaming, George for doing whatever he did, for not getting a deal done in time, etc. But that can change quickly. And I've seen this so many times. People say, oh, it's over. Now it's over, right? Right there. So it's over, right? It's never going to go back up. This thing's done with. But then it does go back up. And then what happens is people start chasing, the FOMO kicks in, the cycle starts all over again. So never underestimate what can happen and how quickly these things can change. I mean, we just saw this stock rally over 100% in a single day. Now, granted, we're dealing with retail trading volume. So, I saw somebody post about how, the price is red today. You would think like somebody's selling, right? So somebody right now is selling into the bid at 2 cents. Well, that's probably a retail shareholder who's been holding for a long time. And they're probably like, well, this is my opportunity. Let me just sell my shares and be done. So that's the mindset you have, right? So you have retail traders and, people may have been expecting a larger jump on this. And maybe we do get that here in the next week or so. But it's just like a matter of who's buying and selling. We've only traded 2.1 million shares today. Now, before the Class A decision, the volume was totally anemic. But obviously, you're seeing people take advantage of this to try to get an exit. And so we're maybe not rallying as much as some would like, right? Maybe we're not going back to 10, 15, 20 cents. But we can get there. And I think what we need is a sentiment shift, which we're seeing. We've already seen that with Calasse. That's the first step. But now we need to see, I think George Sharp said there's going to be a name change, a ticker change. And when we get that, that'll help to rebuild trust. And then what you have is you need an actual deal. We've heard the talk for a while, but we need an actual deal to get done, right? We need something of substance that will bring value to the ticker. And then hopefully what we can do is see an increase in share price as a result of that. So, with that being said, though, regardless, Calasse's gone. This stock is finally set free from its chains, which we've needed for a very long time. And so because of that, that's why we saw this stock rally over 100%. It actually hit over 3 cents yesterday. If we look at the chart, you can see how this gap actually filled when it sold off in May of 2023, and then it hit over 3 cents. So it hit 3 cents yesterday, basically, and people were buying this, and then people took profits, and that's just how it is, right? But when this initially sold off, it sold off from 45 cents down to 5 or 6 cents. And then when the news came out that the case was being extended in early 2023, it sold off like another, 60, 70% in a single trading day. And the rest is history. Here we are. Okay, so it can take a while to rebuild from where we were, but I think we can do it. I really do. And I'm very positive, very confident in the ability to do this. I've held this long, so at this point, I have nothing to lose. I'm already profitable in my position, which is nice, but that's only because of how persistent I've been and also because I initially got in under or around 2 cents split adjusted. But it's just a matter of persistence. It's a matter of seeing this through till the end, and that's exactly what I know many of you guys have done. So congratulations once again. This is great news. I think we're going to see a larger move on the cusp of this. Maybe a 10x, maybe a 20x, maybe even larger. I've seen crazy things happen on the OTC when the time is right. It's all about time and chance. You can see 50x returns, 100x returns. You always want to take profits. Remember that. Be fearful when others are greedy, greedy when others are fearful. One mistake I made on the last run was not taking enough profits. I did take some profits, but I could have taken a lot more. So just remember that, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you all. Hope all is well out there. If I don't talk to you guys again, I wish you all a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.